I understand that the easiest route or the easiest thing to do when we have these relationship conversations is to say that this is just social media. This doesn't matter. I'm going to show you why it matters. Question: why does the black community ask questions when a statistic is in favor of black men? Social media. The Nielsen report in 2017, reaching black women across media platforms. For marketers seeking to reach African American women, integrated campaigns is paramount, or are paramount. That's a fault of mine. Black women have unique media habits and preferences. 80% of black women own smartphones, a rate 8% higher than non-Hispanic white women. So let's just stop right there. 80% of black women own smartphones, and we know that there are an overwhelming majority of white women living in the United States compared to black women. Black women represent 7.5%. So if I'm telling you that black women, percentage-wise, have more smartphones than white women, that means social media matters to our women. So when we talk about these discussions about relationships, we cannot just simply dismiss it by saying, oh, it's just social media. This doesn't matter. But listen to what I'm saying, guys. 80%, okay? 57% own a tablet, which is somewhat on par with non-Hispanic white women. And Facebook, 72%, is the top social media networking site used by black women. And the perfect example for that Facebook audience is Country Wayne. Country Wayne does amazing on Facebook. If you go back and watch the Club Shay Shay interview, he was breaking down the numbers. That guy puts out like 14 or 15 scripted clips every day. When I tell you that dude is rolling in the dough, he rolling in the dough. But his primary audience is who? Black women. Okay? Black women's social media use, integration, and social media addiction. You guys can actually look this up for yourself. This is actually a PubMed or Sage Journal's report in 2023. This study tested the association between social media use integration and social media addiction and whether connectedness to black women moderate this relationship. They studied it. Now, data from 354 black American women, median age 24 years old, were collected using an online survey. We found that social media use integration was positively associated with social media addiction. And again, people may get pushed back and say 354 is a small percentage. However, it is necessary, and I'm pretty sure if you open that survey up and you got more black women and put more ages, or the ages are higher, it'll be the same thing. People who are young adults, black and female, are among the largest consumers of social media in the United States. This can be found on Pew Research, two reports, 2017 and 2021. For Black American women, connectedness might involve an emotional or relational affiliation with other Black women that manifests in social support and other social interactions. That goes to the hive mind aspect. So this is essentially what they're talking about. And this is a full report. Man, I just took some of the, little data points so you guys can see it for yourself. But I encourage you guys to read it. I especially encourage Black women to read it. If you are a Black female content creator, this could actually help you. There is a dearth of research on the subjective importance of Black women's social media use and risk for social media addiction. We see this all the time, every day. Now, let's talk about one of y'all favorite websites or favorite Instagram pages, The Shade Room. And I broke these numbers down just so you guys can understand how important social media is, and it does reflect the opinions of Black women outside of social media. I understand that the easiest route or the easiest thing to do when we have these relationship conversations is to say that this is just social media. This doesn't matter. I'm going to show you why it matters. This is actually from their website, Unparalleled Reach. 91% of Black adults follow TSR on IG. 91% of Black adults. 3 million plus average unique monthly website visitors. 1.9 billion unique monthly video views. 61 million plus monthly social reach. The Shade Room currently has 29.3 million followers, 25 to 34, and from 35 to 44 are their primary watchers. Okay, so that's important. 25 to 44. That's typically where all the dating and relationships conversations come from. All right. Now, the audience, 40.5% male, 59.5% female, 60% to 40%. Let's just go ahead and say that. So let's break it down. let me make this a little bit larger. Pause. So you guys see that? What is 91%? 91% represents the Black adults that follow the Shade Room on IG. 91% of 29.3 million is 26.6 million Black people. 59.5% of 26.6 million Black people is 15.8 million Black women between the ages of 18 to 65 plus that follow the Shade Room. 15.8 million. Okay? According to the U.S. Census Bureau, there were 18.6 million Black women over the age of 18 living in the United States. 18.6 million minus 15.8 million equals approximately and or potentially 2.8 million Black women that don't follow the Shade Room. So approximately and or potentially 84.99% of Black women over the age of 18 are following the Shade Room. 85% of Black women are following the Shade Room. Make sense? So that's why when you try and dismiss these conversations of saying it's just social media, those Black women don't exist. They're just saying that. No, they actually do. Because the overwhelming majority of Black women potentially could be following the Shade Room. And I'm saying approximates and potentially because this has not been peer reviewed. It's just me doing, a quick little math equation just to show you guys what we're looking at here. Okay? So social media does absolutely matter. So every time you see somebody with a foolish relationship conversation, some Black woman going viral saying, is it gay for a Black man to fall asleep when his friend is driving?
I got a question. Is it gay for a man to fall asleep in the front seat while his homeboy driving? Okay, I thought it was too. Thank you.
Shit like that matters. Because that woman probably follows the Shade Room and she is heavily influenced by social media. Make sense? Okay.